Okay, I'm not waiting like a year to start because I am actually really fucking hungry. I've not eaten anything today. I've not eaten anything today in anticipation of filling my body with garbage. So I'm not delaying this. I want to eat. I like to eat. Also, hello. We'll get to the offshore stuff after I'm done with this. Don't worry. Trust me, plenty of time to talk about plenty of bullshit. Don't worry. Plenty of time to talk about plenty of bullshit. Don't you worry. We'll get to that shortly. So, okay, cool. We have the whole kit and caboodle here. You can see everything. You can see me. You can see the bag. The bag, which I have just now opened. I've not removed or inspected any of the contents. So, and listen, I had to leave the house, so I had to put on a normal shirt. I had to throw on a normal shirt today. So, thank you for $1.49. Appreciate it. Yeah, so that $1.49 is gonna make up about less than 10% of the total cost for this. So I've never had Arby's. For context, I've never had Arby's, and someone I've been speaking with has been really wanting me to get Arby's. See the grease coming through the bag? Lovely. Look at that. Oh, you know that's gonna be excruciatingly healthy for you. You know it's gonna be excruciatingly healthy. Don't worry, we'll get to the offshore stuff in a minute. We'll get to the offshore stuff in a minute. We'll get to the offshore stuff in a minute. Patience, plenty of time. Plenty of time. I've never had Arby's. Okay, that's actually a lie. I had Arby's once when I was like 6. I had Arby's once when I was like 6 years old, and basically I might as well never had it because I don't remember what food tasted like when I was 6. I was not old enough to form strong and everlasting memories, especially when eating something as mundane as Arby's. So I might as well have never had Arby's. So, having it for the first time. Social Security strikes back. Enjoy your Arby's. Oh my fucking god, I'm not that old. Anyway, so, I was recommended to get several items, 3 items specifically. I was only able to buy 2 because they did not have the third. So I was told to get the Reuben, I was told to get the chicken bacon Swiss, and I was told to get like a salted caramel and chocolate cookie, but they didn't have any of those. So I got the 2 sandwiches, and they also said to try the curly fries. And for those 3 items, it's a whopping $18.05. I suppose it's not that bad compared to other options, but it's still not exactly cheap, you know? So keep that in mind, $18.05 for 3 items. Alright, and we're pulling each item out. This is the ever so famous horsey sauce that I hear so many people rave about. Everyone says this is the shit. I've never had it before. It's like horseradish, isn't it? It's like a horseradish sauce. They gave me they gave me a lot of that. They gave me fucking 4 packs of that. They didn't skimp on that one. And didn't skimp on the napkins either. Listen, you know you got good people working at the fast food joint when they don't skimp you on the fucking napkins, and they don't skimp you on the sauce. Plenty of sauce and plenty of napkins. So already an A+ in my book, Arby's. You're doing something good here. So I'm gonna do the correct thing. I'm gonna do the correct English American thing. What you do is you take your bag and you split it, and that basically becomes your plate, right? That becomes your plate. So first here we have the fries. We have sandwich number 1 and sandwich number 2. Owner of Arby's here. Take your refund and eat the food already. My fucking god. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, you're funny. Hey, old man, money must be real tight. You're doing a mukbang now. I'm not doing a mukbang. I can't eat all of this on stream. It's not possible. All right? It's simply not possible to consume all of this food on stream. Can't really see it, so I'll just angle the camera back up. That's fine. All right. I feel like the correct order of operations here is I try a French fry first, because people are saying, I see people raving about their fries. All right? People are, you know. Upon inspection, it doesn't look anything visually distinct from your common curly fry. Nothing wild or spectacular. They smell good. Smells of oil and potato. That's really fucking good. Man. They're doing something right there with their fries. Those fries are fucking good. Those fries are exemplary. They're fantastic. Wow. Man. Oh my god. McDonald's can't even fucking compete. McDonald's fries suck. Let's be real here. McDonald's fries just taste like salt. They have no flavor other than salt. Okay? Man, that's awesome. Okay, so the fries get a 10 out of 10. Those are good. Whenever I go to McDonald's and I see them prepping their fries, they dump so much salt on their fries. Like, I don't understand how anyone can consume that. It's terrible. Alright, so, I will let you guys decide which sandwich I try first. We have the chicken bacon Swiss, and we have the Reuben. Which one do I try first? Whichever one I see in the chat more is the one I'm gonna open up. For me, I like a good Reuben, so I'm gonna be especially critical of the Reuben, because I've had many a good Reuben. It's my favorite sandwich next to a Cuban. So, we're gonna see how an Arby's Reuben holds up. I'm seeing a lot more Reubens than chicken, so I think we're gonna go, Reuben. Oh, they cut it for you! How about that? Okay, they cut it. Upon inspection, nothing... I mean, it's about what you expect from a fast food sandwich, right? It's not exactly appealing visually, but they never look like the photos they have on the side of their fucking restaurants or on their advertisements. Let's pick up a half of this bad boy. They don't skimp on the meat. I like to see that. They don't skimp on the meat. You see the Thousand Island, you see the sauerkraut. You got the toasty rye bread. It's a little mushy. It's exceptionally moist. Smells of corned beef, it smells of sauerkraut, it smells of Thousand Island, so nothing alien or particularly averse coming off of this sandwich. Wait, you have to dip the Reuben in the liquid or it's not good? No, that's a French dip you're thinking of. So, alright, so I'm gonna do a bite with no sauce, and then I'll try the horsey sauce with it. McDonald's sells salt with free fries. Oh yeah, first of all, McDonald's sucks. Like, it used to be good, but the quality of McDonald's has gone down drastically over the years. It's just not good anymore, man. Not worth the money, not worth the calories, that's for sure. Their food sucks now. So we'll see if Arby's is a viable option or a viable replacement. And to all of you, I say cheers. You know, it's pretty good. You know, it's pretty good. I'm not upset by it. It's not spectacular, right? This isn't like, you know, high quality, deli fresh Reuben sandwich with the freshest of ingredients, right? The sauerkraut lacks a little bit of the snap that I expect from the pickled cabbage. So you get none of that. The corned beef is, you know, it's corned beef of middle grade quality. Thousand Island's Thousand Island. So the quality of the ingredients is not like, you know, it's not gourmet. But for the price point and for how much they give you on the sandwich, it's actually pretty good. I love sauerkraut. I fucking love sauerkraut. As someone who used to work at Arby's for 4 years, I still have nightmares during this season. I can't even imagine the smell, right? First of all, you're working with fryers. That sucks. And then the whole place smells like fish. That has to suck even more. I do not envy your position. What does sauerkraut taste like? It's very vinegary because it's, you know, it's pickled cabbage. It's good. If you like I can't really think of an analog to it. But if you like pickles, right? If you like vinegary food, then you'll probably like sauerkraut. Yeah, it's tart. You know, it's tart like something, you know, vinegary or pickly is. It's not really sour, I could say. But it's pretty good. I am enjoying this sandwich. Alright, let's go to probably the main event here. Everyone raves about this fucking horsey sauce, which is effectively just horseradish. The first ingredient is soybean oil, then water, then high fructose corn syrup, then distilled vinegar, then corn syrup, then starch, then egg yolks, salt, mustard powder, horseradish powder, artificial flavor, sodium benzoate, calcium disodium, EDTA to protect flavor, contains egg. So this is mostly corn syrup and soy, and seed oils. I love my seed oils. Considering look how white that is. Holy shit! Look at how white that is. Look at that. Camera, focus. That is so white. Like, horseradish is not that white. It has a tinge of yellow or tan to it. It smells, it's horseradishy. Let's go do a little. Okay, yeah. It's, you know, it's horseradish sauce, is what it is. You get the slight burn, right? You get the slight burn from the horseradish. Let's do it on the sandwich. I don't know if it's a good match with the Reuben. It's okay. It doesn't make it any better or worse. It's okay. What we should do is try it on a French fry. I feel like a French fry is the right vehicle for this, maybe. Check it out. No, not really. That's a shame. That doesn't make the fries any better either. So what do you have this with then? Like, when you go to Arby's, what do you have the horsey sauce with? Because the sauce is okay, but it's not a good match with what I got. I need feedback. I need information so I can do better next time. The roast beef? I know they're big on their sliced beef, roast beef sandwiches and whatnot. Chicken, roast beef, what have you. Speaking of other sandwiches, I'm gonna finish this half because this is my lunch. And then I'll try my chicken sandwich. Tune in next stream to watch Zest eat the exact meal a starving IGA soldier would have eaten on Iwo Jima to get his corned beef and pickle craving. Oh my god. Awful. The sandwich is good. If I were to... Would I recommend it? Yeah. If you like a Reuben... If you like a Reuben... It'll get the job done. Drinking water, by the way, because I'm not gonna... This is already poison. Like, this is not healthy for you. This is not a heart-healthy meal by any means. So, I'm not gonna make it worse by indulging in a sody pop, as the kids call it. I don't even like soda anymore. I used to drink soda all the time as a kid, but now I have to kind of make myself go out of my way to drink a soda. And when I do, it's usually something like I gotta get something unique, something uncommon, like, I don't know, orange soda or cream soda, something like that, but, you missed my other donation, but is okay, I forgave anyways. The real use for fast food sauce packets is to hoard them and use them in stir fries? Really? Holy shit. I'll go back and read your other donation. I apologize. I didn't mean to miss it. I'm reminded of how 99% of photos of pizza use wood glue to mimic that cheesy look. No, yeah, all the pictures of food you see are not real food. They're heavily manufactured. Most of it not being actual foods, like cardboard and paint and glue, sawdust. I am enjoying this. I am. This is a perfectly passable Reuben that, in lieu of other options, yeah, go for it. It's decent. It's decent, it gets the job done. No, I didn't buy a drink. Again, I want to waste money. I don't want soda, so I just have my water here. No, can you love me in a non-homosexual way? I don't see why not. I give you permission. All right, we're gonna wrap up the other half and save that for tomorrow. So that's the Reuben out of the way. We'll pop another French fry in. Now we have the chicken sandwich. Thank you. I'm glad you like the podcast. I've been getting a lot of messages about my podcast. A lot of people enjoy it. I'm really happy people like it. Thank you guys for all the comments. You're all very, very kind. We were a little bit anxious about doing it, but now that it's out there and people really seem to like it, we're gonna keep doing it. So if you guys haven't checked that out yet, go have a look. It's we're happy with it. We're glad people enjoy it. Like, at most, it'll be a monthly thing. We're not gonna do it like weekly or anything more frequent than like a monthly basis, because we don't want to, we don't want to oversaturate it and burn ourselves out on it. And we want to be more meticulous with it. We want to have a more focused conversations, have certain topics or certain things we want to concern ourselves with, what have you. That's the idea. It's not something we're gonna dive in willy-nilly and just talk, We're not sure about guests yet. If we do, I don't know. We'll figure it out. 100 R's. Thank you. Eating my lunch right now and watching your stream makes me feel like I want to date. Oh my god. I did. You just made the connection. This is a little parasocial, isn't it? Anytime when you have someone eating their food on stream, it's like, I'm actually eating with the streamer. It's a little parasocial. Oh, this is awful. Oh my god. Oh, this is a disaster. Holy shit. Okay, so I got the chicken bacon Swiss. It's a little malformed, a little misshapen. Then again, what do you expect, right? What do you expect? It's not gonna look like the pictures. I guess what matters is the taste, right? You got pieces of bacon falling off, and I gotta commend them already. Look at this. This has some snap to it. Look at that. It is crispy bacon. It is somewhat okay bacon. It's not the best. Bacon is good. But let's see how their chicken bacon Swiss holds up. It's a piece of fried chicken, lettuce, tomato, piece of Swiss cheese, and some kind of sauce on there. I don't know what the sauce is, but... And the bacon's actually not very thin. It's a reasonably sized slice of bacon. I've seen some paper thin bacon. So, let's give this a go. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is the definition of mediocrity. It is almost flavorless. I'm serious, it's almost flavorless. The only thing that, you know what I taste the most? The bread. The bread is what has the strongest presence in the sandwich. That's pretty sad, isn't it? There's like no seasoning on the chicken at all. There's no seasoning on the chicken at all. The tomato might as well not even be there. Like, the lettuce might as well not even... Like, the sauce is like... I think it's like a honey mustard? Somehow the sauce has no flavor. I shit you not. Like, and just so you, like, I know I'm not bullshitting you, here's a bit of the sauce. It's like lightly sweet, but there's no flavor. There's no taste to it. I won't pass final judgment without a second bite, but this is disappointing. This is disappointing for the price point. I would not get this. It is very flavorless. You know what? The second bite, I'll do the horsey sauce on it. We'll see if this helps it at all. But if it's not any better, I'm just not gonna finish the sandwich. I now only taste the horseradish and nothing else. Wow. That's just sad. Let me pick this apart here. That is honestly disappointing. Like, let me dissect this a little bit. So like here's the chicken patty with the bacon on it. This tastes like nothing. Like, I'll just do a bite of this without the bread. Just to see. I'm not gonna eat the bread. I don't need the carbs. So I'm just not gonna eat any more of this bread. I'll just focus on the protein. Because the bread might just have such a strong flavor that I taste nothing else. The Swiss tastes like nothing. Like, Swiss normally has, like, you know, tastes like Swiss cheese. There's no flavor. Like, at least the bacon has flavor to it, but the Swiss... barely anything. Barely any flavor. Oh my god. Alright, let's just, like, do a bite of the patty, and let's see if I actually taste chicken this way. It's worse. It's worse without the... Oh my god. How? Ugh. It's somehow worse without the bread. How is it even possible? That's really sad. I'm not finishing that. That's not worth it. I'm just gonna eat the other half of my Reuben. Fuck that. I'm eating the other half of my Reuben, because I know that tastes good. I'm gonna leave it at that. The fries are phenomenal. The fries are a 10 out of 10. Curly fries are fantastic. The Reuben, if I were to give it a rating, ratings are totally arbitrary. It doesn't fucking matter what rating I give it. It is good. The sandwich, give like a 6.5. 6.5, maybe a 7. It is, as far as fast food sandwiches go, somewhat above average. Average is like a 5 for me. If it's below a 5, never get it. This is like a 2. It's like a 2. Like, it's edible, but there's no flavor. It's awful. Like, my stomach feels funny after putting that in my body. But this Reuben, I want to eat this. They put something in this, and I want to eat it. To be fair, it is hard to fuck up. You know, it's hard to fuck up sauerkraut and corned beef. I'm not putting fries on my sandwich. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not an animal. This is all too industrial plant for me. How am I an industrial plant? I just gave one of the items I got a horrible rating. Don't buy it. The best thing here is the fries. That's the worst thing. The best thing here are the fries from a sandwich shop. That's the worst part about it. So was this overall worth it? No. Save your money. Go somewhere else. But if you just want fries, sure, Arby's. Oh, dude, I love cornbread. I could live off of cornbread alone. Okay, so I had Popeyes for the first time not too long ago. I've been expanding my horizons a little bit. I have more formal cheat days as I continue my lifting adventures. It's still a big shirt, but I got muscle definition now. I went to Popeyes recently, and that fucking sucked. It was horrible. Dry ass chicken, completely flavorless. I got like a ghost pepper sandwich, no flavor at all. At least the chicken was crispy. This chicken is not crispy. That chicken was at least crispy. But the thing that had the most flavor was the sauce, and the chicken was just dry and pitiful. I would never ever get it again. I will never get Popeyes again. It was pretty fucking bad. Thing is, I also got the tenders. I got tenders, I got the sandwich, and I got some fries. The tenders were like jerky. The tenders were so dry, it was like I was eating beef jerky. I shit you not. Fucking chicken jerky, shut up. No mentions of the Minecraft movie allowed. I mean, the Popeyes near... Okay, first of all, it took me almost an hour to get this. Because the closest Arby's to me, without traffic, is 20 minutes in that direction. Okay? So, I had to drive my ass on the interstate to go get this fucking Arby's. But there was traffic, so it took even longer. So that just made it not worth it. I'll have like 1 or 2 more bites of this and I'm gonna call it. Will I get Arby's again? Probably not. I'll probably never get Arby's again. I've been given multiple reasons to not get it. Even the horsey sauce is not as good as I thought it would be. Yeah, I can cook. Like, so I think my my score should also be based on, could I make a better version of this at home? Cheaper and faster? The answer is yes, I could. We'll get that last meaty bite. And that'll be the end of the sandwich for me. I've had Zaxby's once. Zaxby's was actually fucking good. Their chicken actually tasted good. Alright, that's enough of Arby's for me. All around, 5 out of 10. Painfully average, if not overwhelmingly disappointing. Only the fries were 10 out of 10. Everything else, not really worth it. Alright, give me like a couple of minutes to get cleaned up here. I'm gonna wash my hands because they're all greasy now. Give me like 2 minutes and then we'll dive into this offshore stuff. I'll be right back. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back. Shalom. Okay, so Arby's is out of the way. Arby's is out of the way. So, the Offshore project saga has been a very interesting one, where how do I bring this forward? How do we like get a review here? So just as a review, all right, just as a review of what's been going on. So, Offshore project gets announced on Steam, and immediately it's a shit show. The reason why it's a shit show is because the organizers basically contacted other workshop groups very quietly, very hush-hush, where it wasn't widely known that this was going to be a thing, and only a handful of people were notified ahead of time that this was even going to be happening. So it announces with a 1 month deadline. And so everyone's pissed off, like that's not enough time for a lot of things. It's not enough time to make a map, it's not enough time to make a quality taunt, what have you. It really pissed off a lot of people, right? That was strike number 1. Strike number 2 is that the organizers decided to not make their own centralized Discord for the project, and instead decided to incorporate TF2 maps, Particle Mayhem, and then a third called the Painter's Workshop. Particle Mayhem and TF2 maps are effectively arms of the TF2 Emporium. All the same people, they all work together, they all collaborate, they're all part of the Emporium umbrella. The third Discord, Painter's Workshop, was one that was founded by Monkey before he became estranged from the community, and then it was then passed down to me as the current owner as a largely war paint focused workshop, but it's been branching out more so into other forms of Team Fortress 2 items. And because this workshop exists outside of the influence of the Emporium, exists outside of the influence of this small centralized group of people, they became very upset. They were not happy that the Painter's Workshop was involved with the Offshore project at all. They were not happy about that. So almost instantly, when this project is announced, they immediately start slandering and shit-talking the Painter's Workshop. You know, it harbors racist, it's full of transphobia, you know, and they're even trying to slander the project itself as being a scam. Like, oh, it's a scam, it's very shady, we don't even know who the organizers are. All these people from the Emporium are immediately shitting on it. You can go look at the previous VODs of these things. Not gonna go through all the screenshots again. All that stuff's been archived, go have a look. So it's an immediate shit show. Emporium is seething because they don't have control, and they don't have the lowdown of everything months in advance, so they can, you know, get their work done and effectively monopolize what's going on. That's what gets at the core of it, right? They're upset because they don't have control. Very quickly, the organizers of the Offshore project decide to make their own Discord, and then redirect all traffic there instantly. That more or less solved the problem. Now it's a more centralized area. Then, very quickly, the influence of the Emporium started seeping in to the Offshore project, where the moderators and the organizers basically had Emporium members in their ear telling them, you know, oh, these people are doing some bad things and we should get rid of them, what have you. And they started kicking out a few people, myself included. They outright banned me because an Emporium member, you know, did the usual bullshit and reported me as, you know, transphobic, racist, all the usual shit, right? They reported me and then immediately banned me without getting into contact with me at all. They just banned me outright. And then I get into contact with them going, hey, what the fuck's going on? I didn't break any of your rules. And that's when it was revealed to me by the main organizer of Offshore that Emporium members tried to get me banned and removed from any involvement or having my eyeballs on it because of, you know, who I am. That's the real reason. They don't want me anywhere near what they do. And so I call them out on their bullshit. I call them out on their bullshit on stream, and then they decided to backpedal after, of course, they wanted me to perform this humiliation ritual, a self-flagellation exercise, basically saying, do you believe all these horrible things? You know, they immediately do like the loaded questions and they put you on the back foot. It's like, why are you racist? Do you agree with these things? It's like, whoa, no, fuck off. I'm not doing that for you. Then they decided to unban me. So now because they couldn't get rid of me, now they're going after people that are affiliated with me or people that are inside of my Discord. And the first time they did this was a couple years ago now, or about 2 years ago now. It'll be 2 years ago at the end of this year, where a couple of Emporium members paid money to get in my Discord and look for anything they can, anything remotely incriminating, in order to have an excuse to ban people that were in my Discord from the Emporium circles. And so they screenshotted a bunch of dumb bullshit. This is back when they tried to paint me as a Hitler pedophile. You might remember that, because I made an ooh-oh joke with a crying emoji. Yeah, that's when that started. And in that same moment, they also screenshotted a lot of other members that they knew were in the Emporium, making other kind of, say, edgy jokes or what have you. And they used that to immediately ban anyone affiliated with me from the Emporium, including a few prominent creators that had worked on maps such as Krampus or other things. They just banned them without question and they're just gone. They immediately severed any and all ties with other creators, all these Discords, all these resources, all these assets, simply because they are affiliated with me. And they looked for any possible excuse that they could. So they exercise this soft monopoly they have, because this is what happens when you centralize all of the power in a content creation sphere for a video game in the hands of a small group of people. People that they just don't like, they can immediately ruin you and destroy any chances you have of getting anything accepted into this game, because they know that Valve will consistently return to them, and anyone else trying to enter that sphere, they are effectively the gateway into it. And so they've exercised and abused that position many times over the years. And now it's happened inside the Offshore project with another individual that I personally know that was inside of my Discord and also inside of the Painter's Workshop that was singled out and specifically targeted by Emporium members and now has any and all chances of his content being added into the game completely destroyed just because they don't like him. They have barred his access to the fucking workshop. Effectively, he can still upload things, but they went out of their way to mass downvote and harass him on the workshop, orchestrated by specific and very notable Emporium members. And if you don't believe me, you're about to hear it from the horse's mouth yourself. Shall we begin? So we have yet another video from another individual ousting that the Emporium goes out of their way to attack and harass them, simply because they do not like them. So I'll just narrate things as they come along because there is no narration. Hello, my name is Raz. I'm a Team Fortress 2 map and Warpaint creator. I am relatively new to the workshops scene, starting with Warpaints in 2022 and eventually moving on to map creation in 2024 with the development of Krampus. After several months of arduous development in collaboration with other creators, my second map, Riverport, was uploaded onto the workshop on May 20th. The map was later approved to be playtested and featured for the Offshore community project. So, there's the map he's working on. King of the Hill map located on the East Coast, deep within a once feared river, lies a port that supplies the rest of the world with important resources. Who will take control of the shipyard and rule the oceanic trade. So this is the map that they are working on. They were actively developing this map and they were busting their asses to do it. However, on May 26, 2025, I noticed something odd on the workshop page. Initially, the workshop submission had an 85% approval rating and a sizable number of positive reviews. So, for those of you that don't know, the way maps work on the workshop is they don't appear inside of your feed. Like when you go through items and rate them one by one, maps do not appear in there. So you have to go out of your way to go and vote on a map. So this map had been uploaded, right, for a few days, almost a week, and had accrued an 85% approval rating. And so it had already stabilized. It was not being shared. It was not being exposed. It had already been said and done and uploaded. That was it. All right? However, within the span of 2 days, this number dropped to 63%. So he got a massive amount of downvotes, spamming the map down to 63%. And he says a sudden drop like this for any workshop item is indeed highly unusual. It's not organic, especially for maps as they do not appear in the workshop voting queue. Any and all voting must come from those who seek out the workshop page itself. So there it is. Riverport, for reference, again, uploaded May 24th, right? Uploaded May 24th. Don't worry, and there we go. So here's the votes, right? So the total ratings are here shown in white. You can see it was uploaded and things tapered down, and then very quickly you had a massive spike in total ratings, and then the like-dislike ratio plummeted to 63%. So this kind of a spike is not normal unless there is some kind of sudden exposure, coordinated effort, or vote botting, which is unfortunately something that does happen and continues to happen. Because of this, I suspected that the map was under targeted attack, but it was difficult to figure out who was responsible. On May 27th of 2025, I received a wave of harassment in the form of comments alleging that I had stolen the layout of the map and that I was transphobic and that I somehow was in league with an alleged pedophile. I think that might have been a reference to me. Furthermore, I discovered that multiple creators promptly severed ties with me and our collaborative projects that my submission was removed from the Offshore website. So for the reference here, this is the typical Emporium MO. This is what they do consistently to people that they do not like. For whatever reason, right? For whatever reason, this is what they do to people that they do not like. If they have any reason to dislike you, they will go out of your way. They will attack you. They will slander you. They will sever any and all ties, any possible ties you have with their collaborative efforts, their projects, any arm of the Emporium, that will be closed to you. And then they will go out of their way to mass downvote your projects, sometimes DMCA them, not in this case, but in other instances, they will DMCA your work, and then, of course, leave nasty comments and go out of their way to be pieces of shit. And mind you, this is the same group of individuals who, for years, would bitch and cry and moan that they are these pitiful, pathetic, oh, we're so helpless, these workshop creators. Oh, help us, we're being harassed all the time. We're getting death threats, when they themselves are often the arbiters of the very same thing that they complain about. Excellent ASMR, 11 out of 10, thank you. Appreciate that, you are too kind. Hello? Oh my god, I really don't know why I haven't stopped using Brave yet. So stupid. There we go. No, yeah, this is what they say we do, what I do. When here, this is what they are doing. They go, they mass downvote, they go out of their way to slander you. Oh no, it's Aaron R, who they're saying he's associated with. Yeah, they're just going out of their way in any way they can to slander and attack this guy. So yeah, this is what they do, mind you. Oh my god, can the internet just do anything right today? Please? Hello? Function for me, please? So, where was I? Here we go. This prompted an investigation. After following a short cookie crumb trail, we initially discovered that this traced back to the creator Hopkins. Hopkins was the founder of the Tropic Crisis community project from last year. While they participated in the later waves of the harassment campaign, perpetuating it and spreading it through the Brazilian Team Fortress 2 community, they said they received instructions to do so from someone else. Recently reviewed information about some cases that have been happening in other communities. As a representative of TF2, can't pronounce that, I say that our community was created to unite and make our community safer. In Team Fortress 2, we try our best to avoid fights from external communities and keep ourselves safe. Fuck me, the video is still playing. Our community was created to make friends, organize events, and distribute items and make things like maps, pastime, MGE, comp, etc., etc. The only thing we can disclose is possible blatant hackers and people with malicious intent like this here. We never encourage attacks on other servers precisely to avoid drama or problems for administrators or moderators. We always focus on internal problems, not external ones. If there is a group attacking other communities, it will not be tolerable. And notice they say this days after they started getting called out on their bullshit. Now they have to throw this up and go, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. They play coy, they play dumb. Yeah, so the controversy around Aaron R is that he dated a 15-year-old when he was 17. And for years, people labeled him as a pedophile for doing that. Yeah. Which is fucking insane looking back on that. Yes. Yes, that is it. So, Brazilian, this translates into down and clown this item, and that is coming from Hopkins, messaging other people to go and downvote this item in the Brazilian TF2 community. With the evidence gathered, it was determined that this harassment campaign was orchestrated and supported by none other than members within the TF2 Emporium and TF2 Maps. The head of the operation was revealed to be a creator known as Chicken Man. And here's Hopkins saying that Chicken Man is the person who orchestrated the first wave. Hope this helps. This is a DM, but proves that it wasn't my intention. If you feel this is out of context, how do you know that it's Chicken who told people to do this? And I just was receiving these pics from him, and every time it would pop from 4 to 8 clowns, he would message and say, can we get it to 16? So he's the one that's trying to get more clown votes and down votes on this submission and telling other people to do it. He's actively going out of his way to fuel this and tell people to do it. Chicken Man is a highly prominent workshop creator in these circles with hundreds of submissions, including maps, alongside his growing collection of self-mades. By the way, and he's also one of the larger contributors to VIP mode. Shocker. And isn't it a very interesting coincidence that a couple weeks ago, or actually not even a couple weeks ago, there was some vote botting on VIP maps, if memory serves. Let me open up my Twitter just to verify that there was map vote botting to boost the VIP maps a couple of weeks ago. Huh. What an interesting coinkydink. Just refresh my memory here and go to my own post. Yep, there we go. So, upvote botting, there you go. Also happened on the VIP maps. What a freaking interesting coincidence that this just happened a mere short time before this. Huh. Man. So interesting. By the way, vote botting is nothing new. This has been happening for years. This was just the first instance where someone probably caught on and then they felt the need to self-report. That's my assumption. We just don't know. I don't know. But the botting is happening. It's just an interesting coincidence, right? Interesting coincidence. Throughout the harassment campaign, Chicken continuously updated Hopkins on his activities, and on May 25th at this time, provided in the screenshot, Chicken Man proudly presented himself giving the first clown award and the downvote. And there he is, instigating and starting the entire thing. Caught red-handed, buddy. Like that's about it. That's it right there. What else needs to be said? 2 minutes later, this grew to 4 alongside Hilarious, and then it grew to 8, and he's actively condoning this and fueling it. Meanwhile, these are the same motherfucking people that bitch and moan about being bothered and harassed by people in TF2 sphere. Take a moment and let us laugh at these fucking hypocrites, shall we? Take a moment. Let's laugh at these fucking hypocrites for doing the very same shit that they outright condemn. Yeah, they're crybullies. They are indeed crybullies. The Emporium member strikes out at you when they ruin your chances of getting something put in the game. Of course, this all predated when the Brazilian TF2 community became aware of the map, so the bulk of the harassment did not seem to come from them or Hopkins' involvement. So this was primarily coming from the Emporium circles first, then Hopkins in the Brazilian sphere. Quick question, when were you made aware of the screenshots? The prints that blank sent? Yeah, I figured it out in a few days. These dates are pretty important. Feel like I don't because after I saw the first one I acted wrongly, I realized, and the others I ended up seeing, it was only when you spoke to blank or in my DM. So this is just verifying when the Brazilian community was sent the information about the map so they could downvote it. Alongside direct confirmation from Emporium members who would rather stay anonymous. Shocker. And the reason why they do this is because if they know that they come forward, some of the whistleblowers have been ousted already. Unfortunately, some of the whistleblowers' names have been revealed. And so they will definitely be receiving some kind of repercussion from this, from that circle, because that just happens consistently. Whenever someone in the Emporium acts out of line, or does something they dislike, then they go out of their way to make their lives a living hell. This has happened consistently with people like Vipes at the hands of people like Drew and Metabolic. It's been happening for years. This heavily implies that Chicken Man was the one who initiated the harassment campaign against me, inviting dozens of TF2 Emporium and TF2 Maps creators to, in private, bombard the project I worked on. Of course, the leaders in these circles knew what was going on, yet thought they could get away with it by staying silent. The brigading of the comment. Oh, look, a familiar face! It's Diva Dan! Yeah, everyone's favorite map contributor, Diva Dan. Here he is, wagging the finger. The brigading in the comment section looks horrible, though. Isn't doing anybody any favors. Can't even comment on it. The moment's these screenshots on people and they're not happy. It just looks really bad that people are downvote bombing someone's map even though he is an asshole. It's something they claim the Emporium does all the time, which they do. And now people are actually doing it. This is nothing new. This happens all the time. Raz map gets downvoted, meanwhile a bunch of offshore maps get upvote bot. It just looks really awful. Man, what a coincidence. And I don't believe in coincidences. Yeah, things never happen, say the people doing the thing. Don't know if I can help, but I can talk with Raz, or maybe I could keep quiet since I'm not part of this. You can keep quiet, yeah. So basically tell him, yeah, keep quiet. It's true, Emporium members jumped on the board about clowning the person, as other people asked me as well to clown on it as well, but it was a non-Emporium member who started it. It was Chicken Man, though. Who's saying the screenshots from my Discord? No, was Chicken, but you didn't hear this from me. And by the way, those are screenshots. I don't recall what those Discord screenshots were. I don't know if those are mine or someone else's. Either way, the screenshots they used to harass them. Or justify their harassment, rather. Oh yeah, by the way, I wonder where Hopkins got those screenshots from. Can you ask him when available? I could ask the guy he got it from for more context, from his friend, which I had no clue who that might be. So this is the Brazilian Discord group spreading these things around. How do you know that Chicken told people to do this? There it is, right there, upvoting it, telling people to go get it to 16 clown votes, etc., and then it quickly went from 18 clowns to 22 out of nowhere. Funnily enough, this information even reached the ears of the former Offshore director, Overlord Lettuce, who in private demonstrated support for the harassment, citing other creators working on the map as losers. Make of that what you will. Overlord Lettuce, yeah, well, they're about to be reminded of Internet Statecraft Rule 1, do not piss off Brazilians. So it seems like he's cheering this on. Yeah, don't piss us off. We'll go out of our way to make your life a living hell. Even though they did nothing to piss off this group at all, except post a fucking map to the workshop. Kind of sad, Rip Bozo, basically, yeah. So Overlord Lettuce condemning what's been going on. Another Emporium member condoning what's been going on. You love to see it. Emporium members condoning what's going on. You love to see it. Subsequently, this information was brought to the Offshore main director, Opera Bay, where Chicken Man would be banned. Recently, however, they unbanned Chicken Man, stating there was insufficient evidence to point to him organizing the harassment campaign, despite him obviously taking part, if those screenshots were of any fucking indication. No concrete proof. By the way, this is the leader of the Offshore project. That's why it's going back to this, because this was an offshore map. I'm not removing his item. Even though we removed yours, even though we banned you and removed yours, we're not going to ban the guy or remove the guy's items who instigated this campaign against you. Sorry, we're not going to do that. There's insufficient evidence. Even though there was no need for us to ban you in the first place. For any fucking reason. Didn't break any of their rules. Is one of the nicest fucking people I know, personally. If that means anything to you. But no, we'll remove you. Because the arm of the Emporium reached into our bowl and said, get rid of this guy for us. Though it was later admitted that Chicken Man did play a part. You did not leave it on screen long enough, my friend. Did play a part, and there was sufficient evidence to take action against him. Oh. He told me Clown reacted a map and that's it, even though it was clearly more than that. Anyways, I'm going to confront him about it as the evidence does lead to that, but he might block me since I already banned him once. His defense was that he wasn't involved, or didn't even partake in the raid. He just saw the submission was getting clowns and comments calling the creator a transphobe, and so he reacted on a Discord DM basically just saying, how much higher can we get it, even though it was clearly more than just that one message, dumb motherfucker. We have the screenshots. Except that this isn't clearly true, since Hopkins told me that this information came directly from him because Chicken Man was directly DMing Hopkins and other people to go out of their way to downvote this map. So in other words, Chicken Man is lying and Opera agrees, yes. Chicken Man actively lying about his participation in this. And mind you, this is again the Emporium, who consistently upholds that they are the victims here. Always uphold that they're the fucking victims here. There's no cabal. We have no control when they actively go out of their way to shut down people that they do not like. Despite this, as of June 12th, Opera Bay has done nothing to address any of this, actively delaying and avoiding investigation. Likewise, it was later determined that Opera leaked sensitive report information to Chicken Man, so he gave Chicken Man screenshots of the whistleblowers, so the Emporium now knows who ousted them. Listen, man, to me it looks like you're covering for them, and you are actively protecting them. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know about y'all, but that's what it looks like to me. That the Offshore project leaders care more about their connections and their ties with the Emporium than it is about enforcing their own rules and having some fucking standards. And so he says one of the screenshots got leaked. It was leaked by him sending it directly to Chicken Man. That's not a leak. That's you sending a message with intention. Oh my god. Lucky, a moderator of the Offshore server, would later make a public announcement on the matter. And this is my favorite part. Lately, we've been receiving a ton of reports across the line from users regarding certain users, ranging from outside behavior to inside server behavior towards other users, and sometimes we, as moderators, project runners, have made sharp decisions on how to tackle certain situations which may have been seen as controversial or complicating the interests of some users and groups. In other words, we're sorry for offending the Emporium, and we wanted to talk a bit about this and make some statements how we operate as a moderator team. Oops, it's all ousted now, and here's the damage control. They're in damage control mode now. Typically, when a major issue is reported, we discuss it as a team on the best way to approach, and sometimes it can be a debate on how we handle certain incidents. So here's more information. First of all, just not true, because there was no discussion. They just outright fucking banned me and then got together as a group in order to discuss it. So that's just simply not true. Offshore is a huge project, a lot larger than some of us expected. There are mistakes we may make in judgment when it comes to different situations or how we tackle certain users. Basically, this is them saying, oopsie, we fucked up. We have noticed a surge of users baiting, bugging other users in chat over the state of Team Fortress 2, often not in good faith when it causes the arguments. We will be cracking down on these more and basically shutting down anything involving this discussion at all. Like this, they're probably going to actively go out of their way to not allow these conversations to happen in their Discord, calling them out on their bullshit. In other words, they're slamming the doors down. We understand there is a lot of buzz over groups like the Emporium and users in communities such as yours truly. We ask to refrain from stirring up drama or controversy around these and other related communities, as these do not apply to the server and cause infighting between users when your own contributors from the Emporium go out of their way to attack other people involved with the project. We will be establishing a new moderator ticket system. This is to streamline to ensure all moderators are in the loop of different issues, which will mitigate and improve our moderating skills on the server, as well as help our communication as a team and make sure that all other users are given equal opportunity. It's like, again, damage control. Damage control. Like, oh, now we'll take better measures now that we've done what we wanted and needed to do. And now that we're getting called out on it, we'll make it seem as if though this was always our incentive, always our desire to behave so valiantly and truthfully. But wait, there's more. Criticism is a part of growth on the workshop, but there is a way to give criticism and handle criticism. Criticism we promote to be discussive and constructive on how people's items are. While you can say, I dislike this item, that's not criticism, it's an opinion. Actively trashing an item and making fun of a user is also not criticism, and we ask to refrain from doing this, even though they do it all the time. Themselves, the Emporium, and these guys do it all the time. We also want to say that everyone is different. Not everyone will handle criticism the same way. Basically, this is just themselves building themselves. Oh, we can handle it just fine, but it's actually you guys that can't handle it so well. Not everyone will handle criticism in the same way, and don't expect a user to take it positively, negatively, or respond at all. If there's an issue, please ticket us, and we will handle the situation as we deem it necessary. There's also been a lot of discussion over a few other ordeals and questions. We are not associated with Valve. We do not know when the summer update will come out and how it will be. We are a community project group to promote new and old users to create around a general theme. There are a lot of rumors, just rumors, guys, regarding behind-the-scenes drama, controversy, and issues. A majority of these can be easily debunked and have been debunked. Go watch my previous streams. If there is an issue with the project, we suggest directly asking us about the issue, and we will give you an answer. Only come to us. If there's an issue, just talk to us. Don't worry. Don't ask questions. Don't go out of your way and maybe whistleblow on this. Don't take it to anybody else. Only take it to us. We'll handle it. Offshore is an independent project. While there are other users from a wide range of groups and communities and projects, that does not detour it from being its own project. While you can certainly criticize how it's operated and handled to say the group is associated with a part of a different group of project is in bad faith. So basically this is them saying we are not involved with the Emporium, even though they're actively going out of their way to protect members of the Emporium by not only banning me, but also other people they dislike and allowing for Emporium members and not punishing them appropriately for going out of their way and attacking other people a part of this project. One of the major topics people have been wondering is the status of the website. We initially expected to release in May, and unfortunately, due to Overlord Lettuce departing from the project, because he was the one making the websites, not out of our drama or controversy, as some have said. Again, go watch my previous VODs that will give you the truth on that. It has delayed the website progress. Currently, our team has been working tirelessly on the website, which is coming along extremely well, and is looking to release fairly soon with several pages completed. We ask you to please remain patient. If there are concerns, questions, or issues, please feel free to ask. The only way for us to grow as a project is to hear feedback, criticisms, and opinions on how projects like this can operate in the future. Consider this fucking criticism to maybe punish the assholes that go out of their way to attack other very kind people that want to contribute to what is supposed to be a public fucking project. And instead, you allow for them to attack these people simply because they have personal issues with them involving things that happen entirely outside of your fucking project. Not even in your Discord, not even involving people within the Discord in these conversations. No, shit happening outside of it. Typical Emporium MO. Hypocrites. All of you. Also, get off your high horse. You're not that fucking important. This fucking, like, borderline corpo speak. They would later the announcement with this: we've been notified of a potential harassment campaign that may have taken place against our other users. If issues like this sprout up, we will take notice and address the issue properly after investigating. Basically a nothing sentence, right? Just a nothing sentence. Basically dismissing this shit from happening at all. The Offshore leads knew about this for 2 weeks, yet did nothing to address any of this aside from giving more of a headache to the victims involved. Essentially, what this tells me is that the leads want to absolve themselves of responsibility, effectively condoning Chicken Man and the Emporium and TF2 Maps actions. I did not steal a map layout or assets, that's provably true. I hold nothing against trans individuals, and edgy jokes made in private from years ago do not reflect who I am at all. Shouldn't even matter. Shouldn't matter what you say outside of the fucking project. What you say in other places should have zero impact on whether or not you get... If you could see the shit that some... My favorite one is Neodement, the biggest workshop contributor, right? Neodement, the biggest fucking workshop contributor over the years, with hundreds of items accepted into Team Fortress 2 and also affiliated with hundreds of items, actively imposing a death threat on the President of the United States, saying that they would happily go out of their way and do it themselves. But that's not an issue. There's screenshots of that one, by the way. I gotta find them, but they're there, right? The biggest workshop creator can say something like that. We condone that, but a guy making an edgy joke, end this fucking guy's life. Get him out of here. He's not involved in our groups anymore. The dude's British, by the way. The Emporium cries as it stabs you in the back. This incident unveils the priorities of the workshop creators from large spheres like the Emporium and TF2 Maps, shutting down and defaming creators they do not like for the sake of petty spite and competition. This is the Emporium MO. This has been happening for years, and it is about time for it to fucking stop. More and more people are fucking tired of this. So here's my message to anyone. If anyone has been a victim of the TF2 Emporium and TF2 Maps, if you've been on the receiving end of their bullshit, I ask of you, please come forward. Make your own videos. If you're too afraid of losing your anonymity, feel free to come to me. I can figure out some way to incorporate your story into my video while preserving your anonymity so they don't go out of your way to attack you, which they have done to other members in the past that were whistleblowers. Please, we beg of you, come forward, say your piece. It's about fucking time for this group to be done. Enough of this shit. It's getting fucking tiresome. And again, this is what happens when you have a small, centralized group of creators controlling and basically gatekeeping all content creation for Team Fortress 2. This is the inevitable end. This happens everywhere, not just TF2. Many other spheres, many other gaming spheres, art spheres, what have you, go through this same shit. When you have a small group of people at the helm, this will be the result time and time and time again. And it just keeps getting worse. You have harassment campaigns, you have doxing, you have DMCAs in order to lock down people's revenue, you have, I actually don't want to say this one because I better save that for my video. It just keeps getting worse. And the more and more that I dig, and the more and more time that goes on, it just keeps getting worse. So again, if you've been a victim of these guys, please come forward. Make your videos or reach out to me. We can help you. We can help you. It's bullshit. Consistently bullshit. It's awful. It is. All for money. All for money and all for fame. That's what this always boils down to. Whenever money is involved and competition is involved, this is the end result. Time and time again. People going out of their way to cut down the competition so they can stabilize their paychecks. And sometimes not even for that. Some of these people are just so insanely petty and mentally ill that they can't help themselves but attack people they just don't like. Consistently. And people are usually so afraid of coming forward Because when they do, their lives get ruined. I had an interview with a workshop creator. I'm having to figure out how I'm going to properly censor their name to make sure their identity is not revealed. I have to hire a voice actor because as soon as they hear this man's voice, they'll know who it is immediately. He told me, begged me, please do not put my name out there because they will ruin my life. And that is 100% true. They are terrified of these guys going out of their way and ruining their lives. Because some people do rely on this money. Some creators do rely on this money, and it's not chump change. People stand to earn tens of thousands of dollars from TF2 workshop items, and people do rely on this money. I could make AI read it. That's a good idea, actually. I could make AI read it. But, yeah, people are genuinely terrified of having their lives ruined. And people have had their lives ruined by members of the TF2 Emporium that they consistently harbor and protect. And that little gif right there is the lovely hypocrisy of the Emporium on there right there, you know? And the unfortunate thing is that Valve just does not care. Valve doesn't care, and they're never going to care. These guys will keep laughing all the way to the bank, and they will continue to do this shit until more people talk about it. And that's the goal with the video I'm making, is hopefully we'll get enough eyeballs on this to finally shut this shit down. It has to stop. It has to stop. It's ridiculous. This should not be happening at all. It's been happening for many years now. Yeah, I'll have to find some way to alter the voice so they know, so it's actually a real call. I could actually go back and reach out to the guy and see if he doesn't mind having his identity revealed, because that interview was a couple of years ago, and there's been shifting tides with the views on the Emporium and views on the workshop in general, where they might feel safer now to allow their identity to be revealed. And also, if more people come forward, which they have been, especially in recent months, I've had even more people reach out to me about the bullshit they've dealt with through the Emporium, that hopefully if there's enough people, and this sucks too, man. This sucks. Because these guys don't have a voice. They have no voice. They have no one to fucking help them. And that's why I'm doing it. I want to help these guys because I also view this as bullshit. Because originally, all this started, for me, this started out as shitty items. Crappy skins and bad hats. I just wanted to know where this was fucking coming from. And so I went into the Emporium, I'm like, okay, this is the source, where are these fucking items coming from? And almost immediately, I am slammed with insane vitriol. As soon as I enter that Discord, like 4 or 5 years ago, right? Petty passive aggressiveness, they banned me from half the channels, and they don't let me speak in there because I called their skins bad. And then it just snowballed from there. I began learning more and more and more about the awful people that operate inside the Emporium. And it sucks too. Because when I say Emporium, it really is like the 30 guys that more or less pull all of the strings. And then you have all the other unfortunate souls that are attached to Emporium projects or inside of the Emporium Discord itself. It's a small handful of people that are doing this. And they've held their comfortable monopoly for a little too long. Do I have that spreadsheet still? Hold on. I was sent an interesting spreadsheet that I think is worth sharing with all of you, which is just more proof that there is indeed very strong bias on the workshop. Here it is. Bias that comes from Valve and therefore fuels certain individuals to maintain their positions in order to keep making money. Let's see if this is visible enough for you. So, here's a list of all of the maps that have been added since 2020. 30, 29, 18, 14, 12, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 10, 10, 10, 9, 9, then it just tapers off down to 1. A very small handful of individual creators get a vast majority of the work added into the game. So if you think there's no bias, if you think there's no incentive to maintain their position and keep earning money while pushing newer creators out, of the 90 maps added over the last 4 years, one motherfucker is involved with 30 of them. 30 of them. Another 29. Another 18. And it goes down a little bit from there. If you think there is no bias from Valve, which fuels this bullshit, and that's just maps, we gotta compile the data on hats. And when the data on hats get there, oh, buddy, that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. And unusual effects. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. You wonder why people like Diva Dan get so defensive and upset when people start talking about these things, because they have the most to lose. And all that just to make dog shit maps, yeah. I wonder what those 30 maps are. No one fucking knows and no one fucking cares. Anyway. I think that'll do it. I think that was pretty good. I think it was a reasonably decent, however, a short stream. I tried Arby's. I got y'all up to speed on some lovely, lovely offshore drama. Just don't trust community projects. At least don't trust projects that surround themselves with making items for official acceptance. When it comes to mods or what have you, that's an entirely different ballgame, right? That's an entirely different ballgame. But when it comes to workshop projects like these, be very careful. You know whose fingers are in that pie. There's the video. Go have a look. It's insane, isn't it? Yeah, once this quick play video is done, full speed ahead on getting this Emporium video out. My DMs are getting hammered, unfortunately. Oh boy. I made someone angry. What else is new? What else is new? So. Anyway, I'm gonna go, because I have to go. I have to go be somewhere in about an hour. So, you guys take care. I was going to do a workshop stream today, but I simply don't have time because I had some personal stuff that got moved around. And so that's about it. Appreciate you guys watching. Just wanted to do my Arby stream. And this video came my way today. So I'm like, let's watch this on stream after I have my Arby's. And appreciate all you guys, all of your donations. I cannot thank you enough. You're very kind. If you want notifications for when I go live, join the Discord linked in the description below. You can't talk in there, but you get notifications for when I go live, when I upload, and other dumb shit. So thank you, all of you. It should be very clear, like it said at the beginning of this video, don't go out of your way to harass them. Don't stoop to their level. Don't stoop to their level. Don't give them what they want. Because they want that out of you. They want you to go out of your way and harass them so they can then use that as a means to deflect any and all criticism. So do not give them what they want. They crave being the victim. That is true. They crave being the victim. Anyways, y'all take care.